What's up, guys? Sean here with a 2007 V-Star 1300. Very cool bike. I love riding these V-Stars. I don't know why. There's something about them. I like them. They're smooth. They fire up real quick. 1300's got plenty of power. This one's got Cobra pipes. It also has a tuner on it. So let's take it for a spin, see how it runs. Got good sound to it. This bike has 14,230 miles on it, which is nothing for this bike. It's an 07, it's been barely ridden. Feels incredibly tight. Fires right up. Does have a quick release windshield, and those bags are, you can take them on and off with the key, which is pretty cool. I like the V-Star, and they have a bunch of different types and styles of V-Stars, and you know, some have bags and windshields, and some are more like a beach cruiser bike. I like the ergonomics of it. The gauge is nice and simple. I think it's a good looking style. It's a clean look. The larger Yamahas are belt driven, and the V-Star 1300 is water cooled. The 1300 V-Star's got plenty of power for cruising on the highway, or going to see your lady, or putting your lady friend on the back, or whatever. It's got tons of power. I like the way you sit on it, not in it. I'm not saying I don't like sitting in a bike, but you know, it's just a little different feeling, where you can see how close the handlebars are to my knees. I feel like I'm just sitting on top of the bike. It's I don't know. I like all bikes. I like riding everything, but I just like to try to give you guys a difference of why this one feels a little different than another bike. It seems like Yamaha and Honda, they're really leaning into that 1300cc motor. They're just getting tons of good power out of it, and that's all you really need. And they're throwing that into a lot of bikes, and I'm not complaining. It's got plenty of power. It gets you down the road, gets you out of the way. It's gonna be good on fuel mileage. Now, this is not really an entry-level bike. You know, it's just a little larger. Not that it feels heavy or anything like that. It actually feels pretty, it handles pretty good. But, you know, it's just a larger bike. This is more of a, you know, mid-range for someone who's been riding for a long time. This bike would be good for just cruising around, or the way this one's set up, it'd be good. You know, I would tour on this bike. I'd hop on this thing. I'd go to North Carolina or Georgia or something like that. It's not going to be as comfortable as the touring bikes. You know, full dress touring bikes, but I mean, for the money, you really can't beat it. Now, this bike is incredibly clean. It does have a tuner on it. It does have the pipes on it. It runs very well. The only issue with this bike is it had some scuffs on the very end of the tailpiece. Almost like it was sitting up in a trailer, and they put the tailgate, and it was just kind of rubbing against some paint. I think a little bit of paint thinner would wipe that off real quick. But that's the only, that's probably the only flaw in this whole bike. I'll bang through a couple gears real quick up here. Just 3 gears. Up and goes, and it handles pretty good. It's a good ride. It's gorgeous weather. This is it's October. It's October. It's amazing outside. Beautiful. This is the best riding weather. It's the best time to buy a bike too. Best time to ride. Best time to buy a bike. Buy a bike now. Get a couple good weeks of great riding weather in. Have a bike for next springtime. The worst time to buy a bike is next springtime. Bikes are going to be expensive. I'll still be selling bikes. My bikes will still be cheaper than anybody else's, but so guys, I check out my walk around video of this. I nitpicked this bike apart. I found any little scuff or scratch. This bike is very, very clean. It's a very nice bike. But if there's any little flaws on it, I'll show them to you. Like all my bikes, I'll ship this thing anywhere in the country. Shipping a bike to Davidson, North Carolina today. It is way cheaper than what you think it is to get a bike shipped. Much cheaper. And some benefits of doing something like that. So you're looking coast to coast, $700. If you wanted to ship this thing out to California, $700. If you wanted to go to Georgia, right, $350. Nebraska, $550. I mean, it's not that much to ship these things. And my prices are so much cheaper. I mean, you're saving thousands of dollars. But even if you found one locally, that was the price of you shipping the bike and buying the bike, you're still going to save money on taxes because you don't pay taxes on shipping the bike. That's $700 that you're not going to pay taxes on. And my bikes are super clean. Normally, if you're out buying a bike, you're not going to notice all the little defects, all the little tiny stuff. You'll notice them a couple of months after the first time you really wash it or detail it. I'll point those things out to you. You'll know exactly what you're getting before you get it. This bike runs good. It's got the cool intake. You can hear it sucking. It's smooth too. Incredibly smooth. Yamaha makes a smooth bike. Guys, check out my website, Srkcycles.com. Srkcycles.com with an S at the end of it. S at the end of cycles, not .com. And I keep it up to date fairly well. Probably not as good as I could, but I keep it fairly up to date. And you see my other bikes. You'll see links to it's a Harley Davidson CVO. You'll see links to my videos, to my YouTube channel. If you want to get notified every time I get a new bike, because you're just waiting for that killer deal, or that you look, all my bikes are killer deals, but you're waiting for that bike. You're like, I know he's gonna get one of these bikes in. As soon as he gets it, I'm gonna jump on it because it's gonna be crazy cheap. The best way to do that is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'll do 2 videos for every bike I get. I'll walk around at a test drive. If you subscribe to my channel, every time I post a new video, you're gonna get notified. And then from there, jump on the website, give me a call, say, hey, I want that bike. I get some wild stuff. I might be getting a bike, a Harley with I might be getting a Heritage with a sidecar. You know, I get I got a VFR 1200 that's F that sold so fast that everybody, I just sold 3 of them if I had 3 of them. Alright guys, subscribe to the channel. I'm out.